What's going on, guys? It's Sean and Salami. Today we're doing Thayic Stronghold. We're playing with a bunch of friends from the Unyielding Discord. That's the one I started. It'll be in the pinned comment down below. Definitely join if you'd like to play some games. I'm playing with as many people as possible. It's been a blast. They're all on the other team this time, though, just because I switched to defense. I've really been enjoying defense on this lately, regardless of if I'm taking air or not. I try not to unless I'm recording. But I did want to address something because I got accused of team switching when I switched to defense recently on this map. I always like the Agatha armor more, so I do switch to them when they're on defense a lot. And in this case, I did that. It was also on Thayic before the game started, and the defense didn't need the help. It was a very stacked team, basically, but I already had my mind up I was going to do it anyway, because I always think of just defense is at a disadvantage, and if you want to switch to help them, it doesn't really matter unless the game's already started and they very clearly are in control. They're out killing the attackers, even stuff like that. Then I never would. But if you've seen me doing that for a while, I mean, there was no bad intentions there. It's just that that's always how I've looked at it. So I would be curious to hear what the community has to say about that. Very nice 1vx here. This will be a YouTube short. You saw it here first. And by the way, we're playing with some people from the Discord, as I mentioned. So we're playing with Delirious, Dirtiest Ninja. Ninja's one of my best friends in this game. Known him for over a year now. Very cool guy. I raged in voice chat when this happened because this is the average Chivalry 2 experience. This was going to be an all-time 1vx for me. And I get killed by a teammate Ballista. That speaks to their mentality. That's how they play this game. For their kills and their kills only. And he kills me and ruins a great moment. Skipped ahead a minute because there's a walk back of about a minute, and now we're going to be fighting 3 spears. This is a mess. Luckily we have the weapon of choice we want for that, and we're using a longsword in this game. So then we get disarmed, take out our sword, and they kind of forget about us because they assume all those guys have us dead to rights, which they probably should have. And we're going to get some plot armor and get a few more kills and survive out of that. So pretty structured gameplay here is a good example of why I love the longsword, and it's my favorite weapon. It just feels so natural to use and just very fluid. I know Stride has described it a similar way, and nothing feels as at home as the longsword does. And there are times where you could just get really in the zone with this one. At least for me, I feel like I activated a cooldown in World of Warcraft or something like that, and I'll just go on these kill streaks and pull off things I really am not able to with weapons even like the Messer. Some bad positioning here. This tends to happen to me when I'm in voice chats with my friends. I just get myself in really dumb situations when I'm talking and not really paying enough attention. And then I'm just surrounded. Not a good play. So quite a few stabs I missed here in this fight against the man with the halberd. But now we're going to get a nice multi-kill flank here. And we run into an Xbox friend. We're not going to make his life more difficult, so I kind of stop attacking him. Now, this is interesting. We see an archer. He hits us. He runs away, of course. It does laugh. He hits no. So we're getting a little emote thing, but he starts begging. Archers, you don't get to emote and be one of the boys, so I'm not emoting with you. I go no, and I'm walking away. I'm not going to kill him because that's a little disrespectful when he's emoting, but you don't get to have fun if you're an archer. You're not one of us. You're not one of the guys fighting in melee, so I let my teammates kill him, and I promptly die, but it was worth it. So this is another friend from the Discord, Rusty Brass Balls. He had a funny entrance into the Discord where he did a bunch of raps. It was very hilarious. Now we think we're gonna get an anime epic showdown, but some teammates show up, and best of all, we're gonna get killed by a catapult. Really good stuff. You love siege equipment in this game. Not infuriating. It's just really fun, and head to the spawn wave, I guess. We're going to go try and help this teammate out in a 1v3, but unfortunately it turns into a 1 versus 5 because he died. Now I'm going to die, or am I? Stay tuned. Let's see how this ends up. Awesome, quick, and intense 1vx. There's some fire that helped us out with some of them, but we're able to survive, and now we're going to keep going. Those are the little moments that make it feel like you're on top of the world in this, and I just love winning a 1vx like that. It doesn't happen when you kill that many people very often, especially with the longsword, because you don't get the wide, like, heavy damaging slashes. It's mostly a stab focused weapon. And then we kind of go to run into one again, but luckily we have some teammates help us. I was confused here because I thought we were going to fight to the death, and he keeps backing up and then doesn't really go forward, so I say yes because he doesn't attack me, and then I leave because, I mean, what are we doing here, bud? Not really much going on. We're kind of patrolling, looking for people that are going into the stronghold, but our team is doing a very good job defending the banners. There's really not a lot of damage on them at all.
Get those damn archers!
So only a minute left. It's getting close. We're kind of fighting in the general area. I feel like I could have done a better job of being directly on the banner, but we were also talking in the voice chat about how, like, when all of us are in the game, it does feel weird to just end good maps early. So I didn't want to go too hard on the objective and let my teammates kind of decide the outcome a little bit here. But sure enough, with just 5 seconds left, they are able to get it on the other team. This is a good example of when I talk about bad positioning is sometimes fun, because this footman really wants that guy dead for some reason. He's going to chase him across the map, but we're going to go with him, and it's going to put us in a bad spot, and we don't care. We take that death and we move on to the next life. It ain't that deep, guys. Sometimes dying can be fun. You don't have to run away from every single fight, and sometimes going in recklessly is not the worst call. Make some memories. The dark corners of, like, these few rooms where the drawbridge cranks are kind of mess with my eyes a little bit, so forgive me if you see me do team damage here in this video or in future ones. It's kind of like, I have those eye issues, and there's certain parts of Thayic that used to be a lot worse, but for some reason those dark shadowy corners really still get me. So as we're realizing our side is pretty well defended, we're going to go check the other one, and while we're on the way, the crank starts moving, and we're not able to get over there in time to defend it. So I was trying to back up this guy with the war axe because we emote a lot. He's pretty funny. He always says kill the archers and laugh, those two. But then he ends up running. He didn't really read the situation the same way I did. And now this guy's going to kill the other teammate, and we're going to try and finish the fight off before taking the forward spawn. And you do not get to run away from me. I'm going to honor the fight. You have no choice but to, so I will throw that sword directly in your face, sir. Really nice flank here. We got a triple kill, some stabs, very cool stuff. Actually, that may have been a mega kill, but regardless, we're going to start fighting. We want to hold this front line part. I feel like that's the right call when I'm a knight, to kind of fight at the staircase and block people from coming up there. Don't really know the exact tactics, but that's the vibe I get. And Rusty Brass Balls gets us with a nice stab. So we did miss out on Argon by about 20 points, unfortunately, for content purposes. But for me, I was actually kind of okay with that because I was in the zone here getting a lot of kills, takedowns, etc. And it was nice to just kind of be a foot soldier for this one instead of having to try and get that win for everyone. Less pressure, and I can defend him to the best of my abilities. And here we're going to fall down getting the 1vx. I really don't play the second fight well at all. Missing jabs, missing a few stabs as well. That could have been it right there. He's really given me every opportunity to win that fight, but I don't take it, and he gets me. After a few quick deaths, we're trying to push hard up the middle. I always think the VIP should go to the stairs to the left, but he thinks differently, and he's not really being aggressive enough. We're having a little trouble, and the flag is down. We're going to get a war horn. We're doing all we can. The team is defending hard, but I do think he kind of messed up because at this point, he has a heavy mace. He should have stuck with the Argon sword, because when you have that VIP sword, you're going to be doing a lot more damage, quicker attacks, and he really kind of messed himself over. I don't know if he got disarmed and it was a desperation move, but not a good call. And now we're pushing hard at the end here. Let's see if we can get it done. So at this point we start to notice the timer, and he's only got a minute and a half to capture this, and really less when you think about the time it takes to capture while you're doing the animation. And situation's not looking good now because it's a minute and a 15. He's pretty deep up. He should be able to push forward, but he's just playing it way too passive, unfortunately. That's as disappointing a way you can lose as VIP as it is just run out of time like this. I really wasn't happy with that. I hate to say it. I think he's a little newer, so it's not necessarily his fault. He wasn't VIP before, possibly. But running out of time as that, I don't think I've ever seen that before. So would have liked to see us get that win. It looked like it was completely doable. And if you guys want to check out some related videos, I have some up above. One I played with another content creator, well, against, I should say, Easy17. Another one we tried the one-handed axe. So I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one.